Hi everyone, Julie is here. I'm glad to see my channel Euphrodise Solution. And in today's video will be February 29 or Oswald's Day. So let's begin. Today we will talk with you about such a mysterious day that appears in our calendar every 4 years. This is February 29, and this can be especially interesting for ladies. You will soon understand why. Many people familiar with Valentine's Day. Although many know it as the day of all lovers' heart, in fact, the day is full with very bloody story. And I think not many people know about this Oswald's Day. Unrequited love is the agenda of Saint Oswald. It's on this day that girls suffering from unrequited love without fear of sidelong glances and public condemnation can make an offer to the man they like. And who is this Oswald?
The holiday is named after Saint Oswald, who passed away on February 29, 1992. The saint came from a pious, noble Danish family. His uncle was Archbishop Otto of Canterbury. A close relative of Oswald was also the Archbishop of York Oscatel. Thanks to kinship with the highest church hierarchs, the young man's brilliant career was a foregone conclusion. However, secular life weighed heavily on the young priest, and he went to France to enter the Fleury monastery. Returning to England, the saint was ordained Bishop of Worcester and later also became Archbishop of York. Saint Oswald founded several monasteries. Until the end of his days, the saint was an active priest, visited the monasteries he founded, and built new churches, carried out work to improve theological education, and wrote many treatises. In life, he was distinguished by rare charm and kindness. He was handsome and had a pleasant, sonorous voice. He celebrated his last Mass on February 29, 1992. Then, singing psalms, he washed the feet of the poor as he always did during Lent, and reposed. Saint Oswald was loved and revered for his righteous life, learning and diligence, honesty, hospitality, and meek generosity.
The tradition of offering a lady hand in heart, although named after Oswald, but originated even before the day of birth of the saint, in the 5th century of Ireland, and is directly related to the Saint Patrick, apparently to the great cardinal of this day. Tradition says that one day Saint Bridget came to Saint Patrick and told him about hard lot of the woman of her monastery who suffered from unrequited love. Bridget was very indignant at the fact that women were forbidden to take initiative in relationships and should only accept a marriage proposal from a loved one. Saint Patrick was imbued with Bridget's request and gave permission to the woman to make proposal to their chosen one, but only on leap year. This tradition became known as woman's privilege. Legends say that Saint Bridget called Saint Patrick himself as her husband, but didn't receive consent. By the way, the day of Bridget also falls in February. She was born on February 1st, and you can find out more information about celebration of Saint Bridget's Day by watching this video.
The Scots have gone even further in this matter. During the interregnum of the country, when the queen was a 7 years old, Margaret, the Norwegian maiden, granddaughter of the monarch Alexander III, the lords passed an unusual law. concerning about the increasing number of spinsters in the ancient noble families of Scotland. Male knights died by the thousand in duels and wars. The Lords in Parliament announced that since 1288 and at all times on February 29, women are allowed to propose marriage to man himself, and he doesn't have the right to refuse. If, nevertheless, the chosen one refused, then he was obliged to pay a rather significant fine, kiss the rejected one, give her a silk shirt or a pair of gloves, pay £1, etc. However, attempts to find the relevant documents of the Scottish Parliament about this unusual case were unsuccessful, so there is no evidence of the existence of this law. Similar acts were adopted in other European countries. In Denmark, for example, if a woman was rejected, then as compensation, the unsuccessful bride was supposed to receive 12 pairs of new gloves from her chosen one. In England, a man who rejected a marriage proposal was supposed to give the girl a red silk dress. Such a tradition entered Anglo-Saxon law in 1600. However, its observance was not considered mandatory. February 29, according to English law, had no legal status and was not a real day.
But in Ireland, the refusal is not accepted and has a legal force. What does it mean? Let it remains the open question for you. Man, how would you react to such proposal, or are you still supporters of the classic format? Write in the comments. And by the way, subscribe to my channel, mark the bell in order not to miss new release, and push the button if you like this video. Move on. Also, in America, there is a similar tradition of proposing to men, and it's associated with the popular Sadie Hawkins Day. That was the name of the main character of famous comic book, the first edition of which appeared in 1937.
Old Maid Sadie is very tired of her loneliness. When the girl turned 35, the desperate father, using this high position, decided to gather all the worthy bachelors of the city. Some kind of hunt was organized. His daughter acted as a hunter, and the man whom she could catch up with would become her husband. This day was named Sadie Hawkins Day, and since then, unmarried American girls have legally had the opportunity to chase single men. If the huntress managed to catch the gentleman and drag him to the starting point before sunset, then he was obliged to take her as his wife.
So, man, think about it if suddenly a lady invites you to these countries on leap year. Well, of course, the movie Leap Year comes to my mind on this topic. There is a review on it and on other romantic movies. Well, I say so much, but we got a lot of stuff to talk about. See you in the next thematic video.
Thank you.